Hello, TheSuffolkRam from Around Nerds. Welcome to my review of the Doctor Who Series 9 Christmas special, The Husband of River Song. There may be some spoilers ahead, so if you don't have anything spoiled, turn off now. So the episode opens with the Doctor being mistaken for a doctor by Matt Lucas, and he is basically tasked by what he later finds out to be River Song, who's back, to supposedly cure her husband, who's a king, but it soon revealed that actual fact her real plan is to steal a diamond that he has lodged in his head. And the overall plotline story is basically him and River grabbing this head of this king, kidnapping it, and probably proceeding round the galaxy, well, not all around the galaxy, but parts of the galaxy anyway, and trying to keep this diamond at the wrong hands and basically get rid of it. It also explores more of the Doctor's and River's past backstory, because obviously initially she doesn't recognise him. She doesn't believe that he's able to regenerate a 13th time, because she's not aware of the events that have happened to the Doctor. So she doesn't recognise him, doesn't believe that he can exist. So as a consequence, everybody's looking for him, no one can find him. She takes a long time to realise who the Doctor actually is. That's played for laughs a lot in the series. He just played for laughs that she doesn't, and the Doctor uses it a lot as well. She often uses him on the basis that she sort of tries to explain things to him, because she assumes that he doesn't understand, which is a reasonable assumption. Also does things, I suppose, a way of showing what her characters are like away from Doctor, which at its core is still very mercenary, but there's a certain sort of degree of goodness, right? But it's a very sort of she's mentioned an anti-hero, and the Doctor sort of sees a bit more what she's like in this episode than in previous series. Well, so he's almost got the romanticised view of her. It's a bit like where you meet the actor who plays the character on TV. They may look brilliant, but actually when you meet the actor, they might be a nasty piece of work. And this episode allows you to, and this is his version of meeting the actor behind the character. And some truths come out, but it's generally for that actual fact that's a bit of blow that River really does appreciate the Doctor. So episode starts with them kidnapping this chap's head. They soon move on to basically trying to sell the diamond, and how basically they are pursued. It's a very light-hearted romp. This is not a dark, serious tale. It's got its moments, but it's just a general light-hearted romp. It's not some of the previous Series 9 has been quite serious. This episode is nowhere near that. It's a lot more tongue-in-cheek, very fast-paced, very, very funny. I was laughing out loud for most of it. Really enjoyable episode. River's, what's the main thing? Because it's River's back. I love River Song as a character. I think she's one of the best characters of the new series. I'm glad to see her back. Glad to see more of her background storyline. It's been excellent. So, as an episode, it's actually great. It's a great Christmas episode because it's nothing too heavy. I've watched it after a massive meal and a few beers. I don't want anything too dark and dismal and heavy at this time of night. I want just a light-hearted romp. So this episode is ideal for that. So Husband of Song is a nice, funny episode. Don't take it too seriously. Don't expect a serious, dark episode, and you won't go far wrong with it. So the characters in the series, also the main character who's back is River Song, played by Alex Kingston. She's back. I must admit, I think there's quite a few scenes which doesn't appear to be quite in character. I wondered if perhaps Alex found a while to get back into the flow, and one of those scenes was shot earlier. That could be deliberate. Could be just trying to sort of show that she isn't the same person outside when she doesn't think she's around the Doctor. Maybe that is possibly deliberate. But there was definitely some not quite right about it initially, but soon got went swinging things, soon realised who she was, and great, it's nice to be back. River Song to me is one of the greatest characters of the new revived series, so I'm really glad to see her back in the programme. Glad to see her back. So it's nice to see her back. I enjoyed that. You've also got Matt Lucas playing Matt Lucas, who always plays the same character in everything I've ever seen him in, which is someone who's sort of naive / slightly wimpish / a bit sort of innocent. That's not the wrong word. Naive is a better word. He always plays the same character in everything he's in, so I'm not a great fan of Matt Lucas in some ways. He plays a comedy character. And we felt all the characters are comedy characters. Greg Davies is back doing his really hamming up as the king in the episode. I think did quite a nice job. It's so over the top hammy, it works. Everything about this episode is very, very hammy over the top. It works. It's not a serious program, so the fact that they got all these comedians in doing the parts works really well. I would say you mustn't take this episode seriously. It is a Christmas special, and it plays with that quite nicely. It plays with it really well. Really not ending episode. There's a couple of my side characters, but I can't bother to speak about them because I've forgotten their names. So we'll move on. The next episode, it's mainly a lot of fantastic physical effects in it. The sort of weird these sort of fish / insecty creaturey things towards the end. I thought makeup was very good. I thought the big mechanical suited monster was really neat. Obviously, the main antagonist thing is the mechanical beast. I thought Space Marine when I first saw it. I thought it was quite neat. Has some quite funny lines throughout. Looked really good anyway. I quite like seeing him back in the like him sort of stomping around, talking. His little neat way of interrogating people thought was a neat touch. Thought worked quite well. So I like that aspect of it. The CGI of the sort of spaceship on later on, really neatly done. Don't see much of it because it's not meant to be. It's really not such a big sort of key event. It's not like the episode "The Voyage of the Damned." Yes, that was it. Where they're on the Titanic. Not such a key plot piece, but it works. It works well when it's there. So quite like that. Towards the end, where they're also doing the crash landing, and he opens the door, and you see sort of different stages of the crash. Obviously, jumps forward a little bit, and you see different parts of the crash afterwards. Thought was quite neat. So mainly it's physical effects, and the physical effects work very well in it. So final thoughts last one with a song is it's a great episode for the season. It's not one that I would perhaps put at the top of my most favourite episodes ever to happen, but it's something that I could sit down and enjoy. I mean, I've had a few, as you might be able to tell, I've had a few beers today, so I'm not quite 100% with it, but I've been quite enjoying watching Doctor Who, actually. In fact, in some of those slightly pisses, a good way to watch TV. I think actually fact it's a nice sort of good Christmassy episode. If it had been produced during the season, probably not so much. I like it so much, but as it's sort of, I'm a bit more forgiving this time of year, and you don't want sort of dark and dismal on Christmas time, do you? Really, not really. That's what EastEnders is for. Oh, one quiet little thing I actually want to mention is that the timing of it. This episode was on at 5:15, so the entire season 9 has been put on like 8:30, 8:15, 5 minutes to 8, 8:10. They can't make the mind what time it is. The Christmas special 5:15. Seriously, BBC, come on. I mean, I presume you put it early because you want to make sure you got space for Z-list celebrities dance around a dance floor, looking prancing in sequence at 6:15. But come on, give us a decent time slot. I mean, what a bizarre time. Most people, there's going to be. How are you all going to really have watched this episode? Because most people are going to be probably eating their tea, recovering from eating their tea, or asleep. I mean, sleep after tea, or they're going to be pissed. So what a pointless time to put on the episode. So I really think that's a bad decision. That makes you wonder what the BBC's trying to do with these Doctor Who these days. I almost feel like they sort of like someone's in charge just don't like it very much, and is trying to sort of shoehorn it out the way like they've done in previous episodes. What they call on TV tropes is a Friday night death slot, something like that. It does feel like they're trying to do something like that, which I'm concerned about, because Doctor Who, as proven this season, can still be a good series. Just needs to keep pushing it. But overall, I did quite like the episode. I quite enjoyed it. I think it's good for a Christmas episode. Nice and enjoyable. So that's the end of my review. Thank you much for watching. Thank you much for sort of lasting through this. Hopefully it wasn't too disjointed and too unfollowable. So I look forward to seeing you on season 10 reviews. I'm looking at doing some more stuff in the future. I might do some more reviews. I'm tempted to go back and try and review the whole original series. Not as in right from not. That's not one. Let me rephrase that. Review back from the new Who series from season 1, not the original series. I might do that as well. Possibly not quite so many so quickly. So I'm looking at doing that in the future. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. So if you have, please subscribe. We're around us.com. We do reviews, let's plays, podcasts, which I'm hoping to have a new one set out in the new year for. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.